Hello, my name is Vishnu and this is my MATLAB programming and file. Okay, this is my program. And this is my GUI interface. Okay, now when I'm running the program, so when you open, initially nothing is loaded and only the plain GUI appears. Now before loading, if any of the buttons are pressed, it shows an error. It asks you to load. It happens if you do it for any of the buttons. So now I'm clicking on file and loading it, and then all my images loads. I have a total of 12 images and all are in a loop. So after you go to the last one, it comes back to the first one. So this is my brightness slider. As you increase, there are two modified images. One is for the black and white and one is for the color. So the brightness increases, and as you decrease, it decreases. Now I can reset, and the contrast also increases and then it decreases. And based on this, as you can see, this one is for the original image, it doesn't change. As you change, the histogram over here changes for the black and white image. So for example, if I'm increasing the contrast, the histogram over here changes. And in case if I want to see for the colored image, I can just click on the RGB plot, which shows three different for R, G and B, and all these are the histogram images. And then when I reset, basically the brightness and the contrast are like set to a default position of 1. The brightness varies from 0 to 255 and the contrast from 0 to 7. So this is the position of the number 1, and over here it's 128 for the brightness, as this one is 0 and this one is 255. And now if I want to invert the image, I just need to click the invert. If I click it again, it goes back to the normal position. As I invert, you can see the image changes and the histogram over here also changes. For the color also it's applied, and if I want, I can just do it for the color also, and then I can reset it and the next and previous button. Since it's in a loop, all these images they keep going, and I've put 12 images, and after this is the last image, so after this it goes back to the first one. Same thing applies for previous also. And now histogram equalization. So when I click this, the modified image and the black and white image changes, and a pop-out window appears showing the histogram for the RGB colors. So this is the pop-out window for the histogram RGB colors, and then you can see the modified and the modified color and black and white. So then I can reset it. And one more thing, each button is independent of the others. Like suppose if I increase the brightness, and when I next increase the contrast, it again starts from the beginning, from the original image, and then it goes, and the others are like set back to a default position. Now filters. Now I've put in a drop down menu over here, and in case if the select filter is there and you press filter, it asks you to select a filter. So now I have to select any of the filter. So I've used like 6 filters. So the average filter, I've used correlation and convolution, but there's no difference, only the F special value changes, which is mentioned in the report. Now for example, I'm taking a median filter and I'm applying. There is a very slight blur in the image. And for example, I'm taking a Laplacian filter. These like detect the discontinuities, so these occur. And then Sobel filter, you get another one, and then log filter, you get another one, and then you can reset. And now the custom filter. So I've put a matrix like 4 into 4. Initially the shown values are the default values mentioned. So if I put this, nothing much changes. So what happens is, and suppose I delete this, and if I go to the next box without entering any data, it reminds you that the default value is 0, so we'll consider that value itself. And here also, if I take and move to the next one, it'll again remind you that the matrix is incomplete and the value in the empty matrix is 0. So now, for example, as I showed you a Laplacian filter, this is a Laplacian filter, and now I'm going to execute a similar one, and this is my custom matrix. This is very much similar to a Laplacian filter. It's similar, but it's the opposite. In Laplacian you get 4 in the middle and -1 in the edges, in the borders, but I'm doing the opposite, and now I'm resetting my image, and this is what you get. So now if I want to save this, I have a save image in the menu tab. If I click on save, a thing opens, and now I can give any name, like suppose I'm giving 25, so it gets saved in the name 25. And now suppose if I want to see that file, I can open a window, and over here image number 25. So this is the image which is saved. And we also have to, like, when the error dialog comes, we also need to close it, and that is the display over here. So and then you can reset, and these are all the things I've done for my MATLAB GUI interface. And there's the exit button. After you press exit, it closes. Thank you.